Hi there, welcome back to my Crohn's channel. Today I want to talk about something that seems to be working for me, and I was a little slow to learn this, but maybe it might help others. Uh, and I've only just relatively just started trying some of these things as I've gotten more proactive about my care. But one of the things that seems to be really helping me right now, I don't know if it's just a coincidence, but I got to play a little bit further. But I've been really making sure I've been keeping a really high protein diet. One of the things I eat is a lot of chicken and rice, as that was what the doctor recommended. But I also eat little things like this at Costco. I buy these little, so I can have accessible protein to eat anytime, and also that Fairlife milk with I think I said 13 grams of protein for every 6 ounces. So I'm making sure I'm keeping my diet really high protein. And for the last week when I've been doing this high protein diet, I have noticed that I don't get the flare up in my eyes like I used to get all the time. It used to be almost an everyday occurrence, and that would lead into me going into a bad flare up. And so far, it's last week, no major flares. I had a minor one, but I might be turning a corner, and I can't tell the difference between if it's a combination of the me giving this diet a better chance, and also I've been on prednisone, so I'm not sure if that's what is also contributing to why I've been feeling as well as too. But I only got less than a week left of prednisone, so we'll see how this high protein diet continues to go after the prednisone's gone. But this last time I was on prednisone, it was probably the least effective it's been since all the other times. I don't know. I mean, I think maybe over time that you lose the prednisone is not as effective as when you usually start having to use it. So be warned if you prednisone will start losing its effectiveness if you that's something you have to depend on. So, but it's helping some, but it's not helping the way it used to help. But it's better than nothing right now. And right now I'm 4 weeks on my new infusion treatment. This is my fourth biological I'm trying. The one I'm trying right now, I'm getting ready to go for my next infusion this Thursday. But the one I'm trying right now is a newer one. It's called Trimphea, or I guess the medical word is goose goose goosul kumab. Uh, uh, I'll just spell it for you. I'll just give you the medicine name. It's spelled Tremfya. So I did my introduction dose about 4 weeks ago. So I'm getting ready to go on my next one. And my doctor, to try to get this under control, he started me immediately on the highest dose and the fastest frequency that they could prescribe, since I've been in so much treatment resistance of all the other ones. And each time I've been on one, it was really great, and I was showing a lot of promise. And then within 6 to 9 months, things would nosedive. So I'm really trying to be more proactive to make sure this one works. And I don't want to keep on going down these nosedives. And my doctor really finally really actually said things I need to hear to make this work, and he gave me a lot of advice. So that's the most assertive I've seen a doctor since I've been doing all this stuff. So it's kind of refreshing, and kind of woke me up. And a few other things that woke me up, that as my things have gone worse with me, that I need to be more proactive. And just taking medicines is not enough. You have to be actively involved in your treatment. And I was being stubborn, so really you really have to motivate yourself to take care of yourself on this, and be an advocate for yourself. But one of the things I want to also talk about, the things I've been taking that seem to be helping, and my doctor approved of this, is I take this, I got this at I got this at where is it? I got this at Amazon. They sell these. I'll show you right here. I know when I was in the Philippines with my wife, she cooked a lot of stuff and she cooked with this stuff, and well, the way she fed me with the traditional Filipino food with all the vegetables and stuff, I was actually quite healthy during my vacation times and staying in the Philippines. Things the Philippine diet's really healthy. It seems to be for Crohn's, with all the vegetables, and I forget what that pear like thing is called, but it seems to help me a lot, and I'm trying to incorporate that more into my diet. It looks like a pear, and but it's on the outside maybe you could think of it more of a squash. I forget what it's called, but they sell them in the Mexican meat markets. It's popular in the Spanish stores too. But as you know, the Philippines has got a lot of Spanish influence, but it's really good in your soups, and it's got a high nutritional value. So if I'll find the name of it, and I'll try to let you know so you can try to incorporate it in your diet. And then I've also been taking this is because this is my with the malabsorption I have. Taking vitamin D is seems to be really essential for me, and a lot of times when I do my blood lab work, I'm usually really low on vitamin D, sodium, potassium, and there's a few other things. So you have to really be proactive in making sure you're getting these nutrients that your body's not absorbing so well. And one of the things I started taking too that seems to be helping right now is I take these vitamins here, the Code D vitamins, and maybe it's helping. I don't know, but I'm trying to make sure I'm getting all the nutrients I need to better take care of myself. And then I'm also taking this, and it's so funny. All my life I've been so against these kinds of things, but I really never thought my vitamins and all that stuff actually worked. But I'm having to change my thoughts now and think outside the box and try things I wouldn't normally tried. And a lot of things I've been stubborn to try actually have value and merit. One of the things I've been doing too, and it's been helping a lot. I think I mentioned on the previous channel, is I go to chiropractor appointments. It really helps with the joint pain in my back and other places in my body, and then I also get the massage therapy too. That really seems to help. And then the last 2 weeks, I don't know if I told you on the other channel, I've been trying the acupuncture. I'm not really sold one way or another, but it seems about the time I started doing that, coincidentally, I don't know, well, things have been getting better at the same time. So it's hard to say what part of it's working or if it's all working together, because many of these things I started trying to do at the same time, and for the last 2 years, things have been really difficult for me, and this last week I've been feeling so fantastically amazing. It's been a long time to feel this happy-go-lucky and feel alive again, and I just want to share this knowledge with other people and maybe help some other people out there, because a lot of the things out there you need to know, you really got to dig from yourself. And luckily I had a good friend who had his own autoimmune disease, and he's been coaching me, and honestly at first when he was telling me all these things, I thought in my mind they didn't apply to me, and I was a little bit in denial, and I didn't want to believe how bad things were for me. And I finally had a break because I was being too stubborn about so many things, and maybe the male ego or something. But I'm finally having to accept everything. And I don't know if people who have Crohn's who had the same situation. It's more than a pooping disease. It affects your body in so many ways, and no one prepares you for the journey you're going to take. And I really think there should be a lot more out there for people when they're going to deal with Crohn's and they go through all these issues. There should be a lot more mental health support, because chances are when you're having Crohn's, you're going to go through episodes of being depressed when you're sick. And we went through a really bad episode where the foggy mind, I call it the zombie state. I couldn't focus. I just sit there and stare at the computer all day, and it was like being major. It's like being on steroids with ADHD, and you just can't focus on nothing. And I got so depressed and in that state, and I reached out to the doctors, and it wasn't. I didn't get the result I had wanted to hope. They put me in contact with the insurance company, have their insurance company help me. That really stung. Like, the insurance company is really going to care about my well-being, and so it's not all peachy and creamy, and things just don't work automatically, and the healthcare system has got a lot of bumps and roads, and it's really up to you to take care of yourself and be proactive, and you really have to be involved in what you're doing, and you can't just depend on the healthcare to run an automatic and them to take care of you, and everything's just going to be automatic and everything's going to be good. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. And if you need something, you need to verbalize it, and you need to ask for it. Because chances are, if you're not going to do that, you're probably not going to get the help you need. And you have to encourage the doctors to do a lot of the lab works you need to have done. And it's a whole process. And they keep on saying we have the greatest healthcare in America, but it depends on what you call the greatest care, because the doctors are mostly about just giving prescriptions and medicines, and they don't handle the human side of this disease or any other. Imagine it's like that for anything. It's it's business. It's not human care. So make sure you understand that this is a business and it's not about human care when you're going through this. And if you can have a friend or ally or family member that can support you on all your doctor visits, I highly recommend that. It's gonna it'll really help you. And if you can have a friend to talk to, that's great. You're gonna need people who can talk to, and hopefully you can find someone who can relate to you medically, because it's isolating. And when you're going through this, that there's not many people who can understand what you're going through, and when you get really sick, you see the world through a different lens than you've seen before. And I had to do, after I got sick, my philosophy in life and my values in life had to go through a 180 change of what I found valuable and what I thought the meaning of life was, and my purpose. And I had to do a 180 change in everything how I thought about everything in life to adjust this way. And before I came down with Crohn's, I was a massive workaholic. It was pretty common for me to work at least a minimum 60 hours. Sometimes I work 100 hours, and sometimes when I want to take big vacation trips, I'd work 16-hour shifts for 2 weeks straight to save up the money to go on a big vacation. And that was my thing. I loved going on vacations. I'd work myself to death to live the American dream. And it was probably what was probably brought this on. It was probably killing me, having that kind of work ethic, and it's not a healthy lifestyle. And it was a big mistake being like that for the majority of my life, of being a massive workaholic. And that was my identity. And I probably hurt myself a great deal by being that way. But can't live in the past, so I've got to focus on the future. And in a way, I'm really, this disease has kind of been a gift and a curse at the same time. It helped me see something I really need to see for the first time that I ignored most of my life, and seeing the value of family and friends and community. Those were things I had no care about. All I cared about during my workaholic days is making all that money, buying my toys, going on my vacations, and everything else was secondary. And I just missed out on birthday parties, holidays, and missed out. I don't know, maybe being autistic, that those things didn't seem important to me, the human connection. But it was a big mistake, and now I'm really thankful that the few people I have in my life during this time stuck with me and forgave me for being the way I was, and was there for me when I needed it. And I had some really close friends that I've known, their family friends, for like 22 years. I felt like I neglected the friendship because I was always so busy working, but they were there. They were there for me in a really big way when this happened. And sometimes I feel guilty for being the workaholic and not having time for friendships. And then when I got sick, they gave a lot of love and care, and I feel a little guilty about how I treated them and what they did for me. It humbled me. It showed me that there's another way of thinking about life, and family and friends and community is really more important than I ever gave credit to. And it's just so narrow-minded and stubborn, and that's one of my biggest problems. I could be stubborn too long. But I'm hoping through these channels I can help anybody else who's in a similar situation, who maybe doesn't have any family or friends who can guide them through this process. Feel free to send me a chat, and I'm more than happy to engage in chat and be there for anybody who needs any help to get through what they're going through. And I just want to find a way to give back to the community and help someone else in need with any kind of support I can give, and give what was given to me that was so freely. And I want to find a way to give. I want to find a way to give back to other people the way people have given to me. And creating this channel is my way to find a way to give back and help in a way that fits my style. So this is my attempt to really help other people with Crohn's or even other autoimmune diseases. And I think this autoimmune stuff and diseases is pretty common, more than common than I thought. But I don't really see a lot of support groups or places where people can turn to. And I'm hoping to turn my channel into a place where we can have support and share our ideas and share what's working for us and what treatments we're taking, and I'm hoping that I can build a big enough audience eventually over time that we can have a great community, and this could become a good channel for support. I'm not trying to make the biggest channel. I'm just trying to find people who I can help. It doesn't have to be on a large level. Just I want to get back in my small way, and I'm hoping that that's what I can do. And so I'm gonna keep on posting. Maybe I don't know how fast, but right now I'm thinking maybe with now I'm getting more comfortable with doing these channels. Maybe try to give maybe one day a video or something, and see where it goes. And I have lots of ideas to talk about. I want with this channel. I want to talk a lot more about the human experience and how to help people. Not so much on talk about the medical stuff, but more the human side of all this, from your mental health and your relationships with your families and the mood swings you're going to go through, and you go through so many things that just don't get talked about. I was having terrible anger problems when I was first dealing with this, when I was in denial and grief, and how my family and friends put up with me during those when I was going through those stages, and I give them a lot of credit. That's love, and I'm hoping people out there have that kind of network, and if you don't have that kind of network, I like to try to provide whatever I can to help people connect and feel that little less lonely in their journey with dealing with this. So if there's any way I can reach out and help anybody out there, message me. I'll try to help as many people as I can through this journey, and talk through it, and see if we can help each other out. So have a great day, and I'll catch you tomorrow or the next day on the channel. And if you have any things you'd like me to talk about or share about, just make a message in the comment, and if I have knowledge in that, I'll try to share it. If not, I'll try to research it and talk more about it, and tell me what's on your mind and what you want to know more about, and maybe share a little bit of your journey as well. All right, take care and have a great day. Bye.